talking to Ken Neumann, National Director of USW-Canada. We're here at the Nortel Pensioners Rally on Parliament Hill, October 21st in Ottawa. What do the steelworkers have to say to the Nortel retirees? What do steelworkers have in common with Nortel retirees and pension holders?
Well, our message to the Nortel workers is that, look, keep up the fight, and that's the reason why we've got busloads of people from Hamilton here to show our support, not only just for the Nortel workers, but for society as general, because it's a sad day in Canadian society that we see what's happening is where many of our workers' pensions are becoming vulnerable, they're not being protected. And, you know, it's those 308 MPs that are at the back of us here, plus your provincial legislatures, is that they need to stand up. They need to stand up for working Canadians. They need to stand up for Canada as a whole to make sure that when someone goes to work, we've always led to believe that you got to put a bit aside for that nest that at some point in time in your career life you're going to have an opportunity to spend some time with your loved ones, your grandchildren, your children, and do the things that you've not had the time to do while you were actively working. And then all of a sudden when that comes, guess what? It's all been evaporated in. People have to sell their homes. They have to look for temporary jobs. That's not the society that I truly believe Canada is made of. The society that Canada is made of is that we're going to look after our people, and we need laws that protects the pensions and protects the health care. Those are the kind of things. And the message we send, like we did at Stelco 1005 and local 8732, we fought tooth and nail to make sure that our pensions are protected. We were successful in that, but the fact is that you're always vulnerable. Our members are always looking over their shoulder to saying, when will the next shoe drop? And the way that can be prevented is by the governments, both here federally and provincially, stand up for the Canadians and stand up for the workers that have made, they made their contribution to society. When they've worked, they paid their taxes, sent their kids to school to continue to make the engine of society work, and that's the kind of reward that they now get. To say that, look, you're going to be destitute, we're going to put you out to pasture, that is just terribly wrong. And that's why we're here to support the Nortel workers, and not just Nortel. There's Abitibi, you've got CEP, you've got steelworkers, CAW members. That doesn't need to be, the government here can fix that.
You've got quite a few members whose companies are trying to take advantage of bankruptcy laws in order to duck their pension obligations. Is that not the case? Oh, sure. We've got a
lot of foreign capital that's coming into this country now, and a good example is that you've got, after Stelco came out of bankruptcy, it's been purchased by U.S. Steel. These companies are now trying to take advantage of a global recession, trying to wrench back the collective agreement. Our workers have stood up and said no. That's why we're now into a lockout at 87-82. It's shameful. I mean, corporate greed just continues to spread throughout the world. And again, is that we have the Canada Investment Act that doesn't have the teeth that it should have, that there's got to be some transparency in it, and it's got to have a net benefit for Canada. You can't bring another company in here that's prepared to sell assets, approve it through the Investment Review Act, and then not live up to the collective agreement or not live up to the environmental commitments. That is just grossly wrong. That's not what Canada's about. And those are the kind of employers that you don't need. This is about corporate greed, a race to the bottom. That's what we're not interested. Treat our people, treat our communities with respect and decency. That's what it's all about.
Thank you very much, Ken Neumann.
Thank you.